Hey guys, it's me Shane, and I'm here to give you another Digimon Adventure 2020 episode recap and review. Today's episode is episode 22, The Unbeatable Blue Sagittarius. Man, we got a doozy of an episode for you, so let's just get right on into it. And just in case you're wondering, as of recording this, there's about 30 minutes left of Halloween. I just want to wish everybody a happy Halloween. Hope you guys have been safe. Hope you had a good one. Still hope you're enjoying the weekend. So, I have my notes right here. Let's do this thing. If you remember last time, not only were Yamato and Taichi were taking on Splashmon, and Metal Greymon got a new form. He got the Alterios mode with that nice little railgun. Uh, Koshiro, Sora, their Digimon, along with Joe and Mimi's Digimon, were trying to take on Calamarimon, who was controlling the Algoromon, the Digimon that we had met back in episodes 1 and 2, trying to make sure they don't Digivolve. Apparently, they are going to crash oil tankers into the port of Singapore. So, they have their own problems going on as well. As we remember, TK, Takeru, Yamato's younger brother, had freed Eldoradimon, where the tower was basically being kept on top of. They were using the tower that was on top of this massive turtle Digimon, and he allowed them entrance inside. As the three humans and two Digimon walking through, Gabumon made it a promise that he was going to protect Takeru because Takeru is Yamato's young precious brother. He knows how much he cares for him. And as they move through, they are met by a really cute threat. This little guy here is called Chukurimon. Apparently, it is a child, so it means it's a rookie Digimon. Kind of looks like it turns into Troopmon, but excuse me, I thought Troopmon was a child Digimon. Probably wrong. Anyway, excuse me. Gabumon and Agumon take on these things. They don't really have that much of an issue, but as they do, or should I say, right before they do this, there's three paths and they're trying to figure out to go left, right, in the middle. And TK kind of gets like he said he hears a voice that told him to go to the left. And Yamato even asked him, what led you to do that? And he said, well, I heard this voice. And I've heard this voice since back when the trains were just running by themselves. Which means the Holy Digimon had been, speaking and communicating with TK this whole entire time, which is just freaking interesting. And then they got into this trouble with the Chikurimon. Chikurimon really weren't that tough for them to fight. As I mentioned earlier, Calamarimon and Algoromon are going to make these tankers ram into the port of Singapore. They're trying their best, but they're underpowered. Piomon and Tentomon, since they're not tamers, since their partners are there, they would digivolve into Bergermon and Kabuterimon, because one of the Agumon actually digivolves into champion form. They're trying to get on it, trying to make sure they don't have hundreds of Mega Digimon that they have to fight. And now we have Dark Nightmon. Dark Nightmon was, I'm sorry, not Dark Nightmon, but Skull Nightmon was this little guy. Same guy from 2 episodes ago that had taken the egg. What was last episode back? Taken the egg from Takeru when Angemon had turned into the Digitama. And his eyes kind of glow. Looks like they're kind of digital, but then they appear again. And he's moving the egg. And apparently, when our heroes get in there, they, Agumon says, there's this big well, big circle in the center of this open room that has this deep, dark miasma. And Agumon even says it feels worse than the normal one. Devimon appears, saying that he's going to put the Digitama in the darkness. And, apparently this darkness is deeper and worse than before. So I guess his whole plan was to corrupt the Holy Digimon. Well, make sure I didn't lose any notes here. Well, we get a really interesting moment because we get Skull Nightmon, and Skull Nightmon ends up speaking, which was pretty interesting. It wasn't how Skull Nightmon was in Cross Wars. Say that 3 times fast. it was really dark and distorted. Kind of if someone took a Darth Vader sound manipulator, drug it out, sped it up, and then make it even deeper. Another interesting thing is that Skull Knightmon, compared to the kids, Skull Knightmon's pretty big. And actually, when we get Agumon and Gabumon digivolving into Greymon and Garurumon, I kind of found out that Skull Knightmon is actually the same size as them, roughly. Pretty big Digimon. Um, this was a great fight, if I'm going to say so myself. The only reason why they digivolve is because Devimon believes if I kill the Holy Digimon's partner, he'll go even deeper into darkness and into despair. So a fight ensues, and one interesting thing that I really like, given that Axmon, which was a Digimon that was Skull Knightmon's partner, is not present in this. Skull Knightmon is able to just shift his lances from his hands into a bow, into excuse me, is it into an axe? He just shifts them into different weapons, and he doesn't need a partner. And he's doing a really great job of kicking their butts. Like, this is a really good fight for a 2-on-1. Meanwhile, in the real world, Mimi stuck in traffic. She's telling her driver where to go, how to get around. Joe, he's stuck wherever he is. He's trying to run all the way there because the elevators are full. They're trying their best, but it's getting pretty rough. At this moment, Koshiro is saying that the data where Kalamaramon is being mined from wherever that is back to the digital world. And it's kind of reminiscent of what was happening before with Orochimon, with that whole fake Tokyo. And, we're given a visual of that dark data being sent to Devimon. Well, now, as Skull Knightmon's going to use this dark red wave to hit the kids, Greymon gets in between them, turns in the middle Greymon, and tanks the hit. Where Garurumon comes, and they do a really cool combo move where Garurumon's on the Trident arm, and they shoot it out, and he does like a flip kick and a Kaiser nail. And now that they're in their ultimate forms, they're taking him on, and they're taking him on pretty well. And soon we get Skull Knightmon calling on Devimon. Again, this is one of the few times we've actually had an evil Digimon speak, and he's saying, Lord Devimon. Devimon has this dark crystal, and he proceeds to Cho Shinka. That means super evolve. It means he's going from a relatively rookie form into an ultimate form. And his ultimate form is very reminiscent of fans from Cross Wars. It is Dark Knightmon. He gets his own transformation sequence as well, which is pretty significant. This is actually a really strong Digimon. This is actually one of the stronger Digimon from season 1 of Cross Wars. Personally, one of my favorite Digimon aesthetically. You can tell by looking at them. There are parts that are Skull Knightmon. There are other parts that are supposed to be Axe Knightmon, but pretty great job. Pretty amazing job with the design for a Digimon, especially when they weren't doing levels at the time. And I already know that this guy is a fan favorite. He has to be, especially for what I'm going to tell you that's going to happen later. So, the Dark Knightmon, now this guy is the same size as Middle Greymon. Because Middle Greymon, massive Digimon, towering over Skull Knightmon. Now he's Dark Knightmon. He's slicing down these digital pillars that are in this room. Where Garurumon takes the pillar to the back to guard Takeru. He was saying, I promise you I was going to, make sure you don't get hurt, and I'm going to keep that promise. Metal Greymon does a Giga Storm. Dark Knightmon has a beam from his chest that's the equivalent of it, and they're at a standstill, so to speak. He uses that giant axe thing on the shoulder to charge into him, and it's knocking him down. He has a very dark, distorted voice still. He's basically saying they're going to win and turn the Holy Digimon into darkness and despair. And at this time, we have, Takeru's trying to climb over his lance because he blocks Takeru from getting towards the Holy Digimon. And, his Digivice, Takeru's Digivice, starts to glow, gets brighter and brighter. This bright light, stuns him and the bright light's also coming from the Digitama, and he's jumping. He's trying to make his way over, and it looks like Skull Knightmon's gonna try to stab him with that lance. Excuse me. Meanwhile, back in the real world, Mimi and Joe catch up with Koshiro and Sora. Their Digimon get to Digivolve. They all attack Calamarimon at one time. She falls from the tower. You know, they wonder if they win, but Koshiro's like, hold on a second, guys. Metal Greymon, now as we get back to the digital world, Metal Greymon makes the save. Use that trident arm to hold on to Dark Knightmon to make sure he doesn't kill TK. And of course, Dark Knightmon just knocks. He knocks Metal Greymon out, even knocking Tai out. Which again, the show has shown that both Digimon and partner Digimon, they both get involved in battle. So if one gets knocked out, usually the other one does. Yamato, crosses over to try to help TK. Where Garurumon, takes some of these dark hits because Dark Knightmon's pulling out moves I've never seen him do before in another show. He's shooting bullets and blasts from his horns and stuff. He has that little shoulder pad thing that looks like his old form's head is shooting lasers and all that stuff. So TK jumps in, stops the egg from touching the miasma. Yamato helps him by grabbing the other side, and they're going to make their way up. Boy, Dark Knightmon can also make weapons, so he makes that bow again, shoots 4 shots, but 3 of these shots basically nail Garurumon onto one of these pillars, and he's shooting them with the beam. And before he can, finish off Garurumon, he focuses attention at the other 2 children, because Metal Greymon and Tai, they're just on the floor. Metal Greymon looks like he's napping, and shoots the beam at them. They're gonna possibly fall, and Garurumon, remembers the promise he gave to TK, remembers the promise he gave to Yamato, saying he was going to save them. And a very small moment I almost forgot about, Yamato says to TK, I wish I could have, stopped you from getting involved in all this. I really wish I could have. And TK says that, well, I saw you and Tai fighting. He explains that he doesn't even know how he got to the digital world, but the last thing he remembers seeing was those 2 fighting to save everybody. And when he saw them fighting to save everybody, he said to himself, I want to do the same thing. I want my own partner Digimon so I can help you guys fight. And thinking on all this, remembering all this, Garurumon starts to glow brightly. He's glowing bright blue. And all of a sudden, we are presented with Garurumon. There we go. Garurumon, Sagittarius mode, has 8 wings, almost looking like a Metal Greymon, but these are 8 wings. He's just all of a sudden, he is amazingly fast. He's able to dodge a Dark Knightmon attack, go into this pit as Takeru's about to touch this miasma. He's basically touching it, grabs both him and Yamato with the egg, get out of the pit, and now it's time to fight Dark Knightmon. Well, as Dark Knightmon is going to make a charge with that axe again, he pulls 2 of these things out and makes beam sabers. He makes literal beam sabers and blocks the attack. And after he pushes them back, and Taichi's up. Taichi saw that, saw the mode change. Metal Greymon gets up. This is right before the charge. Garurumon, Sagittarius mode. These 4 things, as you saw in this photo here, these things turn into lasers, and he shoots at Dark Knightmon, who was being pushed back. And before anything else can happen, the Digitama starts to glow brightly and brighter and brighter, and the light is engulfing everybody. Even the Devimon hologram is kind of frowning. The light covers the entire tower. The tower is destroyed in like a digital kind of haze kind of thing. All of a sudden, Garurumon, Metal Greymon, Yamato, and Taichi, along with Takeru, who is now holding this little baby Poyomon, the very, very baby small form of Angemon's line. They're just around rubble. Don't know where Dark Knightmon is. I highly doubt he's dead. But you didn't see a body, and you didn't see him die. Not like he didn't die like Volgramon, and he didn't die like Splashmon. So pretty sure he's still out there. And at this point, Wergurumon, Melgramon says this isn't over. We sense a really dark presence, and Devimon himself shows up. And as Devimon himself shows up, he says, Holy Digimon, my friend, I'm going to be your savior. I'm going to give you salvation, and I'm going to make you fall into darkness." And that's where the episode ends. We do get the encyclopedia. Encyclopedia is about Wergurumon, of course. Makes a fashion check, saying how he looks wild but cool, and only thing that can make him even cooler would be a vest. Haha. Uh, and apparently next time the Koshiro and the others, they're still gonna have to fight Calamarimon, a strong Digimon in their own right. And now not Takeru, but Yamato, Taichi, their partners are gonna have to fight Devimon, who I think might Digivolve. I saw a Digimon that looked like Matadormon, but I'm not sure. I'm just gonna wait till the episode comes out. If anybody knows, let me know down below what that Digimon was, or if this is a new thing. Fantastic episode in my opinion. These last couple episodes I've been giving them 4.4, 4.5s and 5s. This was a 5-star episode, and I will tell you why. It's 5.5-star episode because 5 out of 5 because not only were we still showing the main battle between getting back to Digitama, fighting this new Digimon, who was also a fan favorite. We also get, oh, what's going on with Koshiro and the guys? Okay, there's still pressure. That this entire episode felt pressure, even though I was taking time to make notes. I was still feeling like, man, there's a lot going on. You can keep up with what's going on, and there's a lot of pressure on our heroes. I'm really interested in seeing what's gonna happen with this Calamara thing because they kind of have to stop it now because it is rapidly happening. I guess this is their own version of the war game that's going on. I did make a note that it feels like Skull Nightmon is kind of like a slightly stronger Impmon. I say this because Impmon in his rookie form couldn't fight Champion Digimon. He could fight other rookies, and he straight up warped into one of my favorite Digimon, Beelzebumon, Mega Level Digimon, and Skull Nightmon can fight two very strong champion Digimon by himself, but then he, super evolves into an ultimate Digimon that can take on two ultimate Digimon. Pretty cool. Uh, in the end, Entmon will be stronger because he becomes a Mega Digimon. He becomes one of the Demon Lords, one of the Demon Lords. So obviously, but I did kind of notice that there. Animation did not fall or falter in this episode. They did a really good job of that. The fact that we understand how strong our main antagonist, our main stopping point is by them getting their own special sequence for the evolution. With Orochimon, you just got all the heads glowing and then becoming one. With Eyesmon, you got it just slowly becoming. This was really great, especially since this guy talked. I predict we will see not Skull, but Dark Knightmon or Skull Knightmon turn into Dark Knightmon. I really want to see Leomon fight him and see what happens there. Pretty sure Dark Knightmon will win that, but who knows? Um, but yeah, guys, I'm deeply enjoying this. Every episode feels like we're continuing the plot. It doesn't feel like they're dragging it on at all, in my opinion. It's a lot of pressure going on, not just, Yamato and Taichi, and not just them having to protect TK. Takeru doesn't feel like a burden. I actually like Takeru, and we've only had him for 3 episodes. I couldn't stand him in the first 2 episodes of the original. He's seems way more competent, especially for being a little kid. I'm loving that the other 4 Digimon are getting their own war moment, having to do everything without their 2 heavy hitters, so to speak. I know people don't like to hear that, but if we're going to be honest, Yamato and Taichi are more or less the heavy hitters, and everybody else can do their jobs. I'm really excited to see everybody get their mega form. So it's like, yeah, we're all together in this. But I digress. Please let me know what you think. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can get notified of more videos like this. Please remember to share the video. I do these Digimon reviews every Sunday. As long as the episode comes out, I will definitely review it, tell you my opinions on it, and tell you what happened. So, let me know what you think. Are you excited to see how are they going to stop Devimon? Are you excited to see if and when we're going to get Hikari? You know, when is Hikari going to show? Hikaru? No, it's Hikari. When we're going to see, Taichi's sister pop up. I'm wondering what's going to happen with Gatomon in this. If she's going to start off as Plotmon. But that's for another another review, another episode. So please remember, as always, be good, be blessed, wear a mask, be safe. Black Lives Matter, and I will definitely see you next time.